Hey friends, so I just finished recording a really dope episode of the Irresistible Marketing Pod all about how your personal life relationships affect your business and your bag, and in it I do kind of a personal review of my highest and lowest cash months of 2023 and what was going on in my personal life in terms of who I was investing in the most emotionally and how that directly contributed to my money. And I talked a little bit about this before in a different live, but one point I hadn't enunciated or put together as much as clearly that came out more when I was recording the podcast was that a really big difference between my highest and lowest cash months was whether my circles, my social circles, whether the people I was interacting with regularly, whether the amount of time I was spending each week hanging out and talking to and just chilling with different people and getting different perspectives, also kind of contributed a lot to whether I was having a high or low cash month. So when the people I was looking to for emotional support, for advice, for cheerleading, to be able to vent to be able to build my confidence back up, and of course I always try to offer that in mutual exchange, when I was having healthy people that I was investing in emotionally, it wasn't just one or two. My highest cash months, I had a lot of people I was talking to. And this wasn't just in business. Yes, it was in business context in terms of I was showing up for my entrepreneurship groups. I was going to networking events. I was showing up for business coaching calls. I was going out to coffee and co-working with fellow entrepreneurs. So that was all important, yes. But then I was also investing emotionally in people I enjoy, and even new folks I enjoy through pursuing the things that bring me joy, like dancing, like roller skating, like making new friends. Before I left Portland, I hosted a potluck that was really great with a bunch of people I wanted deeper connections with. I was joining other coaching groups and meeting other coaching friends. Hi, Danny. And so in my highest cash month, there was such a sense of expansion and growth. Like my circles were just getting bigger in every sense of the word. Like I was meeting more people, I was interacting with more people, and those needs that we all have that to be met socially, like we all have social needs. Like we don't do well in captivity and isolation when we don't have anyone to bounce off of or be the social human species that we are with. That's hard for us. So when my circles were getting bigger and my needs for connection, for community, for mutual support, for validation, for praise, for inspiration, through for co-regulation, when I had a lot of people to spread those needs out for, my money was growing, my business was growing. And then in reverse, as I went into on the podcast episode and a previous live, was my lowest cash months were the people closest to me, the people I was investing in the most emotionally, were not healthy relationships or connections. They were just not good. I would go so far as to call them toxic. And one key element of that was that my worlds were getting smaller. So the more my energy was being pulled to managing these toxic dynamics, the more it was being taken out of my business, out of serving my clients, and also out of all that expansiveness I just talked about in my highest growth months. I wasn't going to dance or skate or hang out with new people or go to dance shows as much. I wasn't participating in my entrepreneurship groups enough. Or as much, or I wasn't showing up to coaching calls as much. I wasn't meeting and talking to new people. And if you are at all familiar with toxic or abusive relationship dynamics, one of the key elements of those is isolation. A lot of people with controlling tendencies want to be your sole source of everything. So all of those social needs I just mentioned, they just want to be it for you, because then there's less opportunities for you to get out and get your needs met elsewhere, or to feel less dependent on people who seek to control you. And you can kind of see how we could just say, like, Issa, why are you going on about toxic relationships on your business channel? But you can see how that directly impacts your money and your ability to be an effective entrepreneur, right? If, like, you can't go out and meet people, if you can't network, if you can't have the time to co-work and co-regulate when that's what you need to show up and do your best work for your people, like, that affects your business and your bottom line. When all of your time is being eaten up, trying to manage these toxic patterns, it's going to be hard. Your world's going to get smaller. And when your world gets smaller, when your energy gets smaller, when you are seeking, your focus is on maintaining or repairing, you're being held back. You're being held back. Your business isn't going to grow in that case. You're constantly just putting Band-Aids on and doing, like, emergency resuscitation for things. That's not how you grow your business. And it was kind of meaningful that I had this realization right as I'm launching Squad for the first time, which is my group marketing confidence cheerleading program. Because, man, if you are like me and are just used to toxic relationship dynamics, and that is the people close to you, or even if it's not toxic relationship dynamics, but the people close to you don't get what you're trying to do with your business, they don't get your belief in your unconventional path to creating beauty and change in the world and making bank while doing it, it's going to be so hard for you. It's going to be so hard for you to stay focused on the growth, to stay focused on the expansion, to stay focused on the opportunities and the possibilities, because you will always be looking backwards, trying to repair and maintain these connections that are not invested in your growth, or are afraid of your growth, or are threatened by your growth. So that's why the Squad is so freaking needed. We need the Squad because we need a place where we can go and have our big dreams encouraged and validated. We need a place where we can go and have unconditional support, hyping up, building up of the confidence. We need a place where we can go, where we can see other people dreaming big and winning, doing the impossible in real time, showing that having big desires, big goals, big wants for yourself is not crazy and impractical, because you have 6 friends over here, like, making it work and more, like showing you how possible it is to have what you want, to do it your way, to be authentic. Onyx, please stop. I don't know why he always goes crazy when I'm doing lives, but he was literally just sleeping and now he's being a menace. But anyway, the Squad is there for you. If you are like, man, I'm kind of noticing some parallels when I hear you talk about who you were investing in and who was closest to you emotionally between your highest and lowest cash months. And I want the people, I want the connections, I want the community, I want the vibe that you had when you, like, had those real high cash months that were awesome this year. I want that, but I don't know where to get it because it's not in my current reality. Please come join the Squad. Please come join the Squad. That's what it's here for. It's here to hype you up. It's here to keep you focused on your desires and the solutions to get you there. So if you have people in your life, or even in your own head, it's your tendency to focus on the problem and how everything's going wrong and crap, woe is me, doom. And girl, you got to snap out of that or you're going to stay there. So the Squad is going to help you reorient to what you want and how we can pivot, how we can experiment, how we can throw spaghetti at the wall until we figure out what works to get you there. And we're going to keep you hyped. We're going to make the journey fun. And we are going to build up your confidence, make you feel good about yourself as you do this brave ass thing, which is running a business. So, you get all kinds of support, lots of emotional support. You get tactical and business and marketing support. For me, I have a decade of experience growing businesses of all kind through the magic of marketing. So anything that is standing in the way between you and realizing your big dreams for your business, you're going to want to join the Squad for all of the support you could ever need to tame those dragons and have a good life and have a really profitable business. All right, DM me if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can learn all about the squad at the link in bio.